This is another video on my Mount Basford drawing in Joanna Basford's Magical Jungle. And yesterday evening I started recording, but that didn't work out so good. Here on the right side of the double page you can see some remnants of color, because yesterday evening I decided to make a video for you about how I colored these mountains, like these mountains. But it turned out that it was almost, the sun was setting and it was getting darker and darker, and eventually the colors all turned gray and you couldn't see anything. So I decided to erase it. There's only a slight touch of green, and just start over again and show you what I do to make these mountains. And I am starting with this color, cobalt turquoise, and this is a bluish green, and I am using this color on purpose. If you have ever watched a mountain scenery, whether that is real you see it really in front of you or on a picture, you will see that mountain ranges that are farther away from you will have this bluish haze. Sometimes they really look blue or grayish blue, and that has to do with the distance that is between the viewer, you, and that mountain. And I will color the mountains that are farthest away from me. In this drawing I will color them blue, more blue as well. That is why I'm choosing this cobalt turquoise. So this is just the first layer. Again, I will not, like I always do, I will not cover everything. I will leave some spaces. Well, that just happens. It just seems to go very natural, because these spaces and also the darker areas that will just happen, they will determine the shape of the mountain. They determine the crevices and the valleys and the shaded areas. So by just letting it happen, I don't have to think about it, and then I cannot make the wrong decisions. The drawing, so to speak, decides what it is going to look like. So in this way of coloring, just letting it happen it's quite an adventure, I have to say, because I never know what is going to happen exactly. I am now going to use this one, Erogeton Hydrangea Blue. Now, if you do not have this Erogeton pencil, then any mid-tone blue will do. I wouldn't choose the darkest tone and not the lightest as well. Now what just happened with the the other pencil with the cobalt turquoise, you can see that over here there is a darker spot, and over here there is a lighter spot, and here also. I will leave these areas light. That will become highlights on the mountain range on the edge, and this area I will slightly add a little bit of color. So with this pencil I'm just emphasizing what I already see. I'm emphasizing the darker areas. And then it may not look very logical or natural, but eventually this will shape the mountain. I'm sure there are other ways to color a mountain, maybe better ways, but I like this way. I'm using a very light touch. In a couple of weeks, my husband and I will travel to the mountains, so I think I will take a lot of pictures of mountain slopes. That will teach me, and I will take a lot of drawing equipment with me, and I hope that I can practice drawing mountains from the balcony that we have with our small apartment. So here are the first two layers on this mountain in the distance. Now there is the other mountain here, Let's give this one a little bit of color too. I will use this same color, cobalt turquoise. And then I will put other greens on top of it instead of blues. So I will now add a lighter green, grass green. Just and then eventually, if this layer is finished, then I will go pick another color, a darker color, to emphasize the valleys and the shaded areas. And in this phase I am not too precise, because the rough edges in my drawing, in my coloring now, will help me to give this mountain texture. And now I will use a dark green deep cobalt green, but this is a green with a bluish tone in it. And I will use this one to emphasize the darker spots. And then I will slowly build the texture in this on this mountain. But this is mainly how I color the mountain slopes. And after this layer, many more will follow, of course, but so this is how I do it. And well, it is impossible for me to make videos every time that I color, so I decided not to record everything in this drawing. But I hope this video will help you a little bit to shape mountains, if you want to give your book some mountains as well. So, not finished yet, but I think you can see where this is going, and I wish you happy coloring. Bye bye.